Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2C TV, the home of geopolitical news from all around the world. I'm Maya 2C and this is your latest news update, this time coming from the United Kingdom. Over the last year, we've had almost regular and weekly protests. It started with celebrations actually on the night of the 7th of October and the following night. Celebrations on the streets of London, Birmingham, Manchester, elsewhere. Then, when Israel finally started their counter-terrorism operation after the invasion of their country, then we started seeing protests. Protests turned into massive rallies, regular intimidation, local Jewish shops and individuals were targeted. Then counter-protests started, ladies and gentlemen, and of course now we've had so many weird situations where the police have been inactive, let's just say. But in this video, we're going to give you guys the latest update on one of the recent events we had in Leeds, in Yorkshire, and how the police failed on the day. But now they are asking for your help, ladies and gentlemen. Please help the police to chase down these Islamists. Before we start, I do have some semi-announcement. We are currently, hopefully, working on a new app for 2C TV Plus. As you guys know, we have the independent platform 2ctvplus.tv. A lot of you guys have been giving us feedback. Obviously the platform is going really well, but we are also going to be adding an app to it, so you can actually have it on your phone or whatever you have. So we'll keep you guys posted. If you want to join, go on the website, the link is in the description. Let's talk about this incident. This is in Leeds, in Yorkshire. You have the Jewish community, the British patriots with the Union flags and Israeli flags on the other side of the road. These two guys walking, one of them on the right, as you can see, he's doing a certain type of salute that was quite popular at one point in the 1930s in parts of Europe, let's just say. Literally doing a Nazi salute. And I'm going to show you the video quickly in case you haven't seen it. It's from a few days ago. The police didn't do anything. You can see, firstly, the salute happens within the first 2 seconds of the video. But then watch it because some of obviously the Jewish protesters, pro-Israeli protesters, approached the police saying, are you going to do anything about this? And then, obviously, the police didn't do much. But then these guys are still threatening and then deny that anything happened. There are cameras everywhere, you idiots. Watch this.
I was at my auntie's house, yeah, and he saw me sitting garden. He walked past the garden. He came. You move on, you don't tell me to move on. Who do you think you are? Move on. Fuck off. Go on, in a bit. Bye, little boys. If I punch you, go to sleep. Come on, then, big man. You want to punch me? Come on. Making threats of violence. Just drop back a bit, fellas.
Okay, number one, the police officers, community support officers, all these guys. We'll talk about them in a second. Considering that the last guy actually saw, because these two walked past him and he did it twice, right? The salute. These two guys, friends or brothers, I don't know what they are, they didn't coordinate this in the right way because the one in the black shirt, straight afterwards, he was denying it. He was like, oh, just stretching my arms, both arms. But then the other one in a white t-shirt, he was still taunting the cameraman, the person who was filming. He was taunting. It was like, oh god. So one of you is denying anything bad has happened, but the other one is still taunting. So that happened. We will talk about the police. But for now, the West Yorkshire police have come out. Of course, they require your support, ladies and gentlemen. Crime type public order. Obviously, this happened last week. 7th of September. Leeds. Report anonymously. Obviously, you got the phone number on the screen as well. That's the main guy who did it, and of course his friend or brother or sister. I don't know what his gender is. These days it's difficult to tell. And yeah, so this one as well. Again, public order, 7th of December, then September. Then you've got the photo reference as well. The fascinating part, as I said, was look at this photo. This is got two police officers there. You got the liaison officer, right? That his job is literally to do liaison, right? And then you got police officers around the area anyway. But this guy, the liaison officer, saw it because they went right past him. Those two were facing them. And considering it wasn't like one of those situations where you could say, well, they might have missed it. When they did the salute, the first time, because they did it twice, there were a couple of people in the crowd who were shouting around saying, whoa, 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 what's going on, right? Surely, you will make eye contact. You will look somewhere as a police officer. They have them right there. And also, considering that this government and the authorities are very good at hunting down British nationalists and the so-called far-right thugs, ladies and gentlemen. It takes them about half an hour to identify who you are. They will come to your door, they'll drag you out, and you'll be in front of a judge within 24 hours, and you'll be in jail within 48 hours, right? It's very easy for them to find you guys. But going after the so-called ethnic minorities, considering they are still technically minority, apparently it's difficult to find them. Finding the majority is easier. See the problem, right? The reason we're going to talk about the West Yorkshire Police is because of their track record as well. Because they've had no number of comments on social media. This person said, if only the West Yorkshire Police had taken his and his friends' detail while they were on the scene, instead of ushering them away. Our counter-protesters were told we have ways of identifying them by the officer at the time. Ways like taking their names and addresses? They didn't even do that. Now they are desperate to find them. Let's not forget that this is the same West Yorkshire Police that have a bit of a grey area when it comes to track record. This is from a few years ago. Obviously a headline in the Yorkshire newspapers. The Chancellors missed 9 years ago to stop the Huddersfield grooming gangs. There have been so many scandals when it comes to grooming gangs and general crime, especially amongst the so-called ethnic minorities, that the West Yorkshire Police somehow missed out every single time. Now this goes back to 2018. You would think that somebody would have reformed the police force. Well, actually, you're not even allowed to say police force, it's police service. Because police officers will be offended. I don't know, maybe the criminals will be offended. Somebody will get offended, basically. You have to say police service. But on 2CTV, we'll say police force. Although, that will be a compliment to them, because there is no force coming from the police when it comes to a certain part of society. They will show their force on the others, on the majority. But this story, which again goes back a few years ago, exposed the police. You've had mothers warning of dangers of pimps in town with grooming gangs, and they became so professional that they were literally like organized crime. Just walking around doing whatever they want in Yorkshire. Not much. They exposed the police years ago. Nothing. They didn't even throw anybody under the bus. Usually they do that. Nothing from the police commissioners or anybody else. So why are we surprised that the same police force didn't do anything at the scene on the day? Why are we surprised that they didn't even get their details? Why are we surprised that despite when they say, we have our ways of identifying them, like how they did with the angry British locals who were protesting and rioting, they have ways of identifying them. They have not been able to do this, so they're now asking you, especially those who live in Leeds or West Yorkshire in general, to support the police. The reason they are doing this now is because social media and of course new media platforms have been talking about this, and we are now talking about this as well on 2CTV tonight. So it's going to put more pressure on them, obviously. They have to be seen to be doing something. That's the key point. That's basically how the system works right now in Western Europe. You just have to be seen to be doing something. One of the main things that is actually not a new method for decades. It was in fact mentioned in the obviously satire, political satire, but TV shows like Yes Minister and The Thick of It, obviously British political comedy, because it's true. But they mention so many times that if you get into trouble, if a politician or government minister makes a bit of a mess, the best way to fix it is we'll make an announcement that we are going to be having a public inquiry. And a public inquiry is basically a waste of taxpayers' money. You will be seen to be doing something, but nothing actually would get done. Slap on the wrist. You basically drag it on for months and months, and eventually people will forget about it and get bored, and you just move on. They do that every single time. That's just a good analogy of how the whole system works. They will be seen to be doing something when it comes to this. We're still waiting for, by the way, the trial of Ricky Jones, that Labour politician who was suspended. We have to wait till January, I think, to find out what's going to happen with him, because he's going to be defending himself in court, even though he was literally filmed on camera saying we have to aim for people's throats, people who he doesn't agree with politically, because he's left-wing. Anyone who's not left-wing, it's on camera. He pleaded not guilty. The same system, by the way, that gave all these lawyers to the protesters and rioters that we had recently, the lawyer that Ricky Jones had advised him, do not plead guilty, right? Challenge it. The lawyers that they gave to the others, they advised them, just plead guilty, everything will be fine. Because they scared them, saying if you don't plead guilty, your punishment will be much harsher. So many of those people should have been told to plead guilty. Not those who, for example, targeted police officers or started a fight. No. Or looted shops. Those who, for example, posted a meme on social media. Those who, for example, were simply observing a protest on the pavement. Those who, for example, shared a video from a protest. Those who simply protested and might have shouted at the police officer's dog. Those guys should have pleaded guilty. But their lawyers that they've been allocated to, most of them, of course, it was government lawyers, public funded, essentially. They were told to advise the clients, plead guilty, so that the cases will be done fast-tracked immediately. Ricky Jones, you can fight for yourself. January. It's on camera. Super chat time, ladies and gentlemen. Barbara says Dr. Willie Troll. Ooh, we have a troll in the live chat. Ooh, I can't wait. So, obviously, yes, it's the anti-Jewish guy. It's the same person. So, we got this guy who keeps basically creating new accounts. There we go, he's gone. Obviously, we have a free speech platform on TCTV. You can say whatever you want. And actually, I engage with the trolls because it's quite funny. But if you just saying the same nonsense every single time and spam the live chat, you're just taking time from other lovely people. And lovely trolls. We got lovely trolls as well who like to have a debate. You know, as long as you're creative or original and funny, you can be a troll. If you can't, either don't be a troll, because it's just embarrassing for everybody, or if you do it, I'll deport you to Rwanda. Myself, personally. That's the policy of TCTV. This is not a democracy. When I'm a dictator, things will happen. Now, again, for the record, if Metropolitan Police are watching this, that is a joke. I don't want to be a dictator because I actually don't like to be in charge, because it's just too much work, too much effort. I have to wake up early. Why would I want to do that? I could technically do. I'm not saying it. I can do delegation. Mike says, is that the same West Yorkshire police that employed a Nana lesbian who has overreacted at least twice. Twice? I haven't seen the second time. So if you're not familiar, this is about the police officer who's got this like very short blonde hair. And this innocent teenage girl who has autism, she innocently told her mom, oh, look, that police officer that looks like my lesbian nana, grandmother. The police officer, the lesbian nana police officer, allegedly lesbian nana, got offended. They sent 20, 30 police officers to their home, dragged out the teenage girl, the autistic teenage girl, for simply saying that. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with in Yorkshire. We talk a lot about the London Metropolitan Police. Let's not forget, Yorkshire is a very specific case as well. It's a very special police force, specifically West Yorkshire, but other parts as well. We have to wait and see what's going to happen with more scandals coming from Greater Manchester Police, because they have also been special at times. Super chat from myself saying, that's not me, by the way, it's the name myself. The UK needs to do a detailed study of the Hadith. Ooh, detailed study of Muhammad's family life and the effects of Hadith on its followers and on UK society. I don't think you're allowed to do that in this country. You will be cancelled if you talk about that. Nina says, hi, my lovely. Can someone tell me who trains the police? They are bloody useless. But the interesting thing about what's happened to the police force, also we're just getting some breaking news. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. There has been some shooting as we speak at Donald Trump's National Golf Club. Okay. the Trump campaign have said Trump is safe and okay. We will get more information on this, of course, and give you guys all the details. I don't know exactly what's going on. Just the information is just coming in now about some shooting allegedly at the National Club, Trump's National Club. We'll talk about that. But yeah, I mean, the police, they started doing DEI and diversity, essentially, recruitment for the junior levels, and those junior levels became senior, and they became in charge of recruitment themselves, and then they started being in charge of training. It's a gradual generational change that happened over the last 20-30 years. I'm just also trying to get more information about what's going on with this Trump National Golf Club thing. We're not actually even sure if he was targeted, if he was there himself or not. So let's not speculate just yet. Let's just quickly get some of the reaction from you guys while I wait for the information to get to me. Shane Clark says, off topic, how about a carol concert in December? No films, speeches or politics, just a concert like we used to have in school with traditional carols and readings from a nativity. Oh, that would be lovely. I'm not funding it. Somebody else can. But actually, yeah, we could get Bum Bum to pretend to be a, I don't know, shepherd, something. Good idea, by the way. Vinny says, we could do a TCTV Christmas party if you want. That would be lovely. Vinny says, do the monthly subscriptions get the same content as the annual? Whereas the your Rishi impression video. Did I have a Rishi impression video? I do a lot of things when I'm drunk, but yes, it's the same thing. But obviously, with the annual subscription, you get a 1 month free discount, basically. Paddy says, obviously the police are dyslexic, hence why they didn't take their Ds. For those who are not familiar, that's actually been a fairly regular excuse from the police, including when they arrested Tommy Robinson for having breakfast. They pepper sprayed him. Then they messed up the paperwork and the order. And then the police officer said, "Oh, we're dyslexic." Yeah. So we're getting more information about this Trump situation. Apparently he was there, but he's safe. So that's good news. What I'm going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get more information on this situation with Trump. Actually, let's just get some of the more live chats here. There we go. Aaron says Trump there, but safe. Thank you, Aaron Baker. Yeah, we'll get all the information soon. BJ says they are trying to kill Trump to cause chaos as an excuse for complete tyranny. Yeah, I mean, the best case scenario for them is that there will be a backlash, riots and everything else, and then they could then blame it on the far right. I mean, if you manage to kill their candidate, what do you think people are going to do? Not that it's right, but that's a natural reaction of humans when they think that they are under threat. Because if you go for Trump, it's not really just about Trump. Trump himself has said they're coming for you via me. They're going to go through me to get to you. So taking out Trump is basically taking out the whole movement and more than half of the US. So yeah, we're not going to speculate yet. I will obviously get more information on this situation. Apparently there's some, there's a quick statement from the Trump campaign communications director, as we're saying. He is safe, but they're not giving out any details within the next few minutes. So I'm going to take a break. Stay tuned. We will come back shortly to give you guys all the information about this shooting incident where Trump and his team were attending. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to 2CTV Plus by going on 2ctvplus.tv or find the link in the description. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.